Welcome to Shadow Talk number 4. Today's going to be a little bit different than the other 3, where I just read like a little excerpt and just wanted to rant about it. Today I'm going to read a short story that I wrote back in April. I had fun writing it and I hope you guys have fun listening to it. It's pretty interesting because I just came back to it the other day and I was like, this would be something worth reading and something worth sharing. So I'm about to get right into it. The title of it is Just Love, and it's by me, of course. And it goes like this. They say to write a love story, you need to have experienced it firsthand. Can I say I have? Yes and no. You know how it goes. One lonely man or woman sets out in the pursuit of love and is met by the prince or princess charming of their desire. Things float wonderfully, and then there's a momentary divide. That divide only lasts for so long, though, because love takes the wheel and steers them back together. Realistically speaking, there is an inescapable amount of ways to love. I won't list them, though. A love story is also known as a story of love. I found love once, but it wasn't unexpected. In fact, I was the one who was late to the realization that it was waiting for me directly in my face. It was practically screaming, but I didn't hear it. I looked near and far along the expanses of the cruel earth, yet I never found what I was looking for. It was a disappointing journey. It called and called and called until finally it got a hold of my heart. I was meditating as I would do often in my small tile closet big enough for about one toilet. I sat there in silence when I saw a glorious vision of a church. There I was, bowed on my knees crying. To me at the moment, it looked like it was a sorrowful cry and a weak plea for attention. I would say it was pitiful, but I'd rather not. So I continued watching. This mini-movie was too interesting to bypass, like a soap opera on a Tuesday, and I watched as I wept endlessly as my hands lifted almost involuntarily like balloons loose into the sky. I watched, feeling a ping in my spirit as my own tears shattered reality. I could hear a voice in my head whisper, "Now that I have your attention, let's talk." My pants could have turned brown at that moment, but I wouldn't know, for I was already gone. So I agreed, and the movie faded into a new thing. 2 chairs set directly in front of each other. To me, naturally, it looked like I was in for a world of hell. But in my mind, I sat down. Then another man sat down. He was young too, but his face shone like stars, and I could barely recognize myself in his light. His presence made me feel free. I watched as me and this man grabbed hands and shook, and like fire we rose and began dancing. It was an unorthodox dance, but somehow we looked happy. It was the first time I'd seen myself smile and cry at the same time. Who was that man, I wondered. But before I got an answer, he had vanished, leaving me with a few words. "If you seek me, I will find you." My heart jumped. I couldn't tell if it was fear, joy, excitement, or fright, but when I turned to face myself in vision and looked deep into my tear-filled, smiling eyes, I knew what this was. It was love. The man didn't return until I journeyed to the one place I avoided in all my ventures. The church. There I got my answer. The answer to what I felt as I danced in that vision. It was joy. I knew I wasn't ready to embrace him right away, yet I tried. It was like my soul had been deprived of food for so long that it had finally given up on waiting and chose him as bread. So I sought him near and far until I finally looked inside myself and decided he could only be found if I would choose to internalize him. I had to clean up. I had to prepare for his presence. And months passed until I was ready to meet him again. I had to let go of burdens untold through repentance and confession. I had to jump in faith and be cleansed by water in His name, His only name, Jesus. When all was said and done, I was made whole. We have finally reunited, and at the table I sat with Him and knew what love was, what love is. I understood what it took for Him to illustrate His love for me, and I had to follow the process with my old self. I had to die to be made new, and to find my love in Him, my God, for He is greater than all things. Your source of love may be different, but you asked for my love story, so here you go. Love is the sacrifice we make for others. It is a line in which we are willing to cross to be with someone or pursue something. Love is freedom, and freedom is the product of love. It's just love. And that's just love by me. And quick little advertisement. We are starting a YouTube channel and a podcast. Podcast won't be just me, it'll be me and a few other people, but the YouTube channel, it'll be coming up in further along in June, so probably mid-June. It'll be out in June, so look out for that. I'll be posting on my story, posting on my page, and then also be sure to follow the Dream Chaser Nation library in my bio, because that's where we're going to be posting a lot of our new products and a lot of our new content. If you guys are willing to invest in that, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.